Hello everyone. Today we are going to start a new chapter, seeds, structure and germination. So let us first come across the terms related to this chapter. First is fruit. What is fruit? Fruit is the enlarged ripened ovary that encloses the seed, and the fruit also also protects the seeds and helps in seed dispersal. Seed is a ripened ovary, and it contains the embryo which develops into a new plant through the seed coats of the seed that protects the embryo from mechanical damage. Third term is grain. What is grain? Grain is actually the fruit in which the fruit wall and the seed coat are fused together to form a protective layer. Now let us know more about seed. Seed is actually a mature ovule. After fertilization, it contains a tiny plant that is called embryo. The embryo remains in an inactive state until exposed to favorable condition. That means when the seed is exposed to a favorable condition, it starts growing into a new plant. The next, seed stores food material that is for the nourishment of the embryo during germination. Embryo can withstand unfavorable conditions of temperature, drought, etc. Now let us see what are the classification of seeds. On the basis of cotyledon. What is cotyledon? Cotyledon is the structure present inside the seed that helps in storing food for the growing embryo. Now on the basis of this cotyledon, the seeds can be of two types, that is monocotyledonous or dicotyledonous. Monocotyledonous means what? The seeds that contain only one cotyledon. Can be example can be maize or grasses. Dicotyledonous, that means the seeds that contain two cotyledons, can be pea, gram, bean, etc. Now on the basis of endosperm, you might have heard about endosperm, that in the last chapter, that the second fertilization, the fertilization between the sperm nucleus and the polar nuclei, which was present right at the center of the ovule, that develops into endosperm. Like the first fertilization, that is the seed, that is a sperm nucleus and the egg cell that gives rise to the zygote and then to the embryo. Likewise, the second fertilization between the sperm's nucleus and the polar nuclei that gives rise to endosperm. So on the basis of endosperm, the seeds can be distinguished into two types. First is albuminous. Albuminous means what? The seeds with thin coats and presence of endosperm. So endosperm will be present, and at the same time cotyledons will be present, but it will be the thin layer which will not function as storing food. X-albuminous means what? The seeds which will have the coats means cotyledons, and the cotyledons will help in storing food. It will be thick, it will be fleshy, and it will help in storing food. Now let's see what is the meaning of bean seed, what are the parts of bean seed and the functions of those parts. First of all, bean seed, I hope you all know what is the meaning of bean seed. It is a kidney bean structure which have two surfaces, that is a convex surface and a concave surface. It is covered by a hard and tough seed coat that protects the embryo which is present in it. Now if we see the structure of a bean seed externally, we can find that the seed is covered by a seed coat. The seed coat contains two layers, that is the testa and tegmen. Then it contains the small embryo that gives rise to a plumule and radicle. Here is the axis which we can call it as a hypocotyle radical axis. from where the plumule and the radicle grows. Next is hilum. Hilum is the pale whitish structure which is present on the concave side of the seed, which represents the attachment of ovule to the ovary. Then comes micropyle. Micropyle is the point where the pollen tube enters the seed. And the last one is cotyledon. As you know, cotyledon is helps in storing food. Now if we see the inner structure of the seed, we'll come across two words, epicotyle, hypocotyle. These two words are new to you. Now what are these epicotyle and hypocotyle? So testa and tegmen. Testa, you can see the outer tough layer which protects the seeds from external environment, harsh environment. Tegmen is the inner two testa, which again protects the embryo inside the seed. Now you can see the plumule which grows towards the upper side of the seed, and which will give rise to shoot system, and radicle which will give rise to the root system. Now there is an axis between these things. So the portion between the axis and the plumule is known as epicotyle. Epi means outer, okay, epicotyle. And the portion between the axis and the radicle is known as hypocotyle. Okay, so epicotyle is what? It is a portion between the axis and the plumule is known as epicotyle. Between the axis and the radicle is known as hypocotyle. Now you can see when we open the seed, we can find the two leaf-like structure which is known as cotyledon. It helps in storing the food. So these are the parts of bean seed. So here what we can see: seed coat, testa, outermost hard layer, tegmen, inner delicate layer. Hilum, whitish spot that represents the attachment of ovule to the ovary. Micropyle, situated close to the hilum, through which the pollen tube enters the ovule. So here comes the two functions of micropyle. You can see that water can be absorbed through it, and diffusion of respiratory gases can also occur through these micropyle. Now let us see more parts about these bean seed. First of all, the embryo contains two parts, that is radicle and plumule. You know what is radicle and what is plumule. Radicle is what? Radicle is a structure that grows underground, and that further give rise to root system. Plumule further give rise to shoot system. Epicotyle, the region between the axis of the embryo and the plumule is known as epicotyle. The region between the axis of the embryo and radicle is known as hypocotyle. Here if you can see that this is the axis, and the axis between the portion between the axis and the plumule is known as epicotyle. The region between the axis and the radicle is known as hypocotyle. Now I think you are clear with the two terms, epicotyle and hypocotyle. And now we'll be studying about another type of grain, that is maize grain. So if we see the grain from the external side, we can see that here is the endosperm region. The larger region is occupied by the endosperm, and here is the embryo region. Now if we see the LS of maize seed, we can see that as I said, in maize, the fruit wall and the seed wall that join together to form the outer protective layer. So this wall is the outer protective layer. Below that is the aleurone layer. Aleurone layer is the proteinous part, which again give protection to the embryo. Then here comes the endosperm, the region where endosperm is present. Here is the small embryo which you can see. The embryo contains the plumule and the radicle. The plumule and the radicle are covered by a thin sheath which is known as coleoptile and coleorhiza. Plumule is covered or protected by a thin sheath which is known as coleoptile, and radicle is covered by a thin sheath protective layer which is known as coleorhiza. We can find the scutellum, which is nothing but the thin cotyledons. Okay, now the embryo region, now you can see, now you can make out that this is the endospermic region, and this is the embryonic region. Both are separated by a layer which is known as epithelial layer. So this is the structure of a maize grain. So let us see what are being said about this maize grain. It is known as grain because here the fruit wall and seed coat are fused together to form the protective layer. Then it contains large endosperm that stores food for embryo. The endosperm and the embryonic part is separated by the epithelial layer. Outermost layer of the endosperm is rich in protein and is called aleurone layer, the most important term. Cotyledon here is thin and called scutellum. Radicle is protected by coleorhiza. Now let us see the difference between bean seed and maize grain. Bean seed contains two cotyledons, maize one cotyledon, bean no endosperm, maize large endosperm present, bean large embryo, maize small embryo, bean plumule is large, maize plumule very small, bean hilum and micropyle visible, hilum and micropyle not visible. So these are the difference between bean seed and maize grain. Now in the next video we'll be studying about germination.